Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie. Welcome if this is your first weekly visit. Each week I do an energetic forecast for the coming week. So this week we are focusing on October 3rd through October 9th, 2021. We do have a new moon on October 6th, so midway through the week. I will leave the details of that to the more knowledgeable astrologers. So just focusing mainly on the energy of creation and what we want to bring in more of. Historically, new moons are great for manifestation, creation, and bringing in fresh energies. So let's get started. We will be doing 3 Akashic keywords this week, as well as a supportive crystal energy, a Sunday kind of self-care energy or a way to set ourselves up for the week, and then the rest of the week from one oracle card deck. So this week we'll be using the Healing Crystals, crystal deck number 5 for our crystal energy. And then we're going to use John Holland and Lauren Rainbow's mediumship training deck for our Sunday energy. And then I didn't realize how much blue I had picked out this week. And my shirt as well. And then Kyle Gray's Angel Prayers Oracle deck for the rest of the week. So as always, if you happen across this reading outside of the time frame of October 3rd through October 9th, 2021, and it feels relevant for you, then it absolutely is. So don't latch on too much to the time frame, but that is what we're focusing on just right now. So I did go ahead and draw all of the cards just because of limited space, and I have not peeked at them. So let's see. Let's talk first about the Akashic keywords that I got. And these are channeled from the Akashic records during my work, sort of throughout the week. It's general messages that come up repetitively when I'm doing private readings. And then I spend a little bit of time in meditation and say, okay, what can we dial this in to for the coming week? And I've been really, since I started doing this, because I haven't done the Akashic keywords for that long. I think it's only been maybe a month or so that I've added that component. It's been really astounding how they match up to the oracle cards and the crystal energy each week. So this week, the 3 keywords that came up are connection, networking, and support. And I feel like those are all really closely tied together. And with those coming in during the period of a new moon, possibly focusing on those if it feels right to you. Always use your own intuition and your own guidance as far as how you integrate this guidance into your personal life. But possibly focusing on creating more of those energies this week, because we do have the new moon coming in, and I feel like it spans the whole week. And so let me just look. So it is on Wednesday. The new moon is on Wednesday, so that's probably why I'm feeling that it kind of goes backward and forward and covers the energy of the whole week. So possibly, if it feels right to you, focusing on creating more connection with others, more networking. How can you reach out if there's something you're wanting to create? And then more support. And we do that through connection. So let's see what comes up as far as the crystal energy this week. So we have Wavelite. Not one that I would imagine most people have in their collection, not a super common crystal. Connects the third eye to the heart chakra. So connecting that center of intuition and spiritual knowledge and sort of downloads of information to our heart center and where we can live our service from. The 3 keywords are cooperation, connection, and alignment. So that's interesting already. Cooperation, connection, and alignment. And the 3 that I got this week are connection, networking, support. So doubling up on the connection energy on both the crystal card and the Akashic keywords. Cooperation, I feel like, is kind of like networking, like those connections, and then alignment, very similar to support. We feel most supported when we are in alignment, and we feel most aligned when we have support. So very connected already. The mantra or affirmation you can use this week for working with Wavelite is, I trust my inner guidance when making decisions. So I do feel like we're having a carry over or a carry forward, if you will, because we are in that forward movement energy from last week when we had that sort of course correction energy. So I do feel like that is coming forward into this week, but with a little more clarity. I trust my inner guidance when making decisions. So that is our crystal energy for this week. I think that's as good as we're going to get. There we go. And then let's check in with our mediumship training deck. And I am going to read from this card for this one. This is Sunday, October 3rd. So sort of that self-care energy or setting ourselves up for the most successful week we can have. We have the symbols card. Interesting. So I don't know about all of you, but symbols and repetitive numbers have been coming into my awareness really frequently, even by my standards. I mean, I'm normally very aware of these things. I notice when there's repetitive numbers, but this is the past, I'm going to say 2 weeks has been really, really an abundance of symbols and signs. So this says spirit people communicate with us in different ways. They can do so with words, images, and feelings, as well as symbols. These symbols can be simple yet profound. Valuable information can be obtained from spirit people with a single image. There's a familiar saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. There are countless memories, images, symbol signs, and learning experiences that we retain throughout our lifetimes. When you link with spirit, the blending process enables them to access your personal symbolic library, and within each experience stored with that image or symbol, they can tap into the associated memory. If you receive a symbol, you have to ask yourself, what does this mean to me? Or what does this mean to the mom, dad, child whom I'm connecting with? The more you ask these types of questions, the more you'll notice the same symbols appearing that have a similar association. A symbol or image may have a strong meaning to you, while the same image could have a totally different meaning to someone else. As such, you can't have others interpret a symbol for you. So it's important to start building up your own symbolic library. Create a language that's personal to you, one that the spirit people will become familiar with. This will help create the best partnership, one that will continually evolve and grow. So this, on its face saying this week, especially when we're working with that new moon energy of bringing in energy, bringing in creation, bringing in creative energy, and things we want to create more of and things we want to manifest, this saying, watch for an abundance of these, watch for an increase of these, and then really kind of sit with what they mean. Do you need to, sometimes I'll send myself a text, when there's something I want to remember. If I'm out for a walk and I see a butterfly or a dragonfly, or last week it happened to be 3 snakes in the road. And I thought, by the time I got to the 3rd one, surely this means something, but I'll send myself a text. I have myself in my contacts as me so that I can quickly send myself a text if I'm out or if I'm busy. And there's something I want to remember to circle back to later. So this week, being really mindful of the symbols, signs, and repetitive numbers that come into your experience. It could be a song, it could be anything, and sitting with it and going, oh, what does this tie to? What emotion does this bring me back to? Who is this reminding me of? And then diving even a little deeper, what does that connection represent? Does it represent a connection to my dad who always sort of symbolized unconditional love? Is that what I want to create more of this week with this new moon? So kind of going, and then what? And then what does that mean? And diving a little deeper this week into those things we want to create more of. So that's our way to set ourselves up for this week, our energy we want to create more of. So then let's start with Monday, which would be October 4th. And we have the Take a Step Back card. So that says, thank you, angels, for helping me step back from what is not serving me. And so just a moment ago, I think I mentioned that we were kind of still in last week's energy, but it's not like a dragging it forward from last week. It's like a bringing it forward with that continual movement forward. It wasn't that one of last week's keywords was momentum, so movement forward. So I feel like it's not like like we're carrying the weight of this with us forward, but it's that we're bringing it forward to do something constructive with it. So this is that same energy of course correction. We may still be making little tweaks to what we want to create. And this is saying, take a step back or take a look back and say, What am I still needing to let go of, especially before Wednesday, before we get to that new moon? Is there anything we need to let go of? And so something you can do like at night before you go to bed is just kind of say to yourself or to the divine, to God, to the angels, whoever you want to work with, and it can just be your higher self or your own self, and just say, okay, while I'm sleeping, what can I let go of? What is no longer serving me? What do I feel like I am dragging forward instead of just, lightly bringing forward into creation? You want to let go of those things that feel like they're holding you down, weighing you down, or that you're dragging. So, just using the first few days of this week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, before we really hit that new moon energy, to say, clear it out. You don't even have to name it, is what I'm finding recently. We don't have to really dissect things anymore. We're in a new energy these days. So I'm finding we don't have to dissect things. We don't have to feel through them as much as we used to. We can just say, take this from me. And it will be, because that's our intention. And we're working in a much more intentional time period now, a much more energetic time period now, where we can let go of things without living through them again. So taking that step back and saying, okay, what do I need to let go of? What don't I want to carry with me through the rest of this week and into the future? Because you see on this graphic, it's kind of like, just take it. I don't want it anymore. And that's the energy we're in. And we can do that through our intention. We can say, just take it. And it disappears. It dissolves. So really just paying attention to what you don't want to carry forward. And then on Tuesday, which would be October 5th, we have the inner voice. And it says, thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. So just kind of a similar energy to the Monday card. The step back, the inner voice, the listening to the intuition, the listening to the inner guidance or the higher guidance, the higher spiritual guidance, coming in and guiding us to what we should just maybe let go of at this point. And then Wednesday, which would be the new moon itself, we have Live Your Joy, which is perfect. Like, look how excited this person looks. Look how lightened up now that they're not carrying these things forward. It says, thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. So really knowing that if we lighten our load, we, pay attention to the energies that are coming in through signs, symbols, synchronicities, repetitive numbers, those sort of things, really being aware and self-aware of the things that are coming into our experience this week, course correcting if we're still working on any of that, listening to our inner knowing, our inner voice, and then connecting with what brings us joy. That's the energy that is there for us when we hit that new moon. That's the energy that we're going to be able to easily create more of. So then Thursday, which is October 7th, we have Leap of Faith. And this says, I'm ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. So what this says to me is really, we've spent some time letting go. We've spent some time course correcting. We've spent some time tweaking things, dialing things in, really taking note of what pleases us. Is it what we thought it was, or did we let go of some stuff last week and this week? And then taking the leap of faith fully, knowing that we will be supported because we are doing it with joy, which was the card the day before, knowing that we're just going to say, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to take that leap of faith because I know that everything that I have put into the void on the other side, where I'm leaping to, is filled with the only things that I want. And then Friday, which is October 8th, we have the transformation card. So this card is connected to Archangel Zadkiel. If you happen to work with any archangels or feel called to this week, you can work with Archangel Zadkiel. And this says, thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. So again, just an indication that we have let go of things that were challenging us, not feeling right, hindering us, holding us back, weighing us down. We have said, okay, I don't even feel the need to name all of these anymore. Just take it from me. I'm ready for fresh energy. I'm ready to take that leap of faith. I'm ready to live in joy. And this says, if we do that, if we voice this, and it is actually even better to speak these things out loud, and just say, I'm ready. Let's do this. Arrange it for me. I'm all yours. Then we are given true transformation, truly being able to step into that energy of transformation and joy. So then Saturday, back around to the end of the week, which would be October 9th, we have spiritual abundance. So perfect for a new moon week. It says, thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. And as we talk about frequently, abundance to many people does mean financial abundance, and that's fine. It's one form of it, but it can also be an abundance of movement forward, an abundance of creative fulfillment, an abundance of connections, an abundance of networking, an abundance of support, an abundance of love, whatever it is you want to create. This is saying by letting go and transforming and stepping into joy and taking that leap of faith, then you are blessed with spiritual abundance. So that's our Saturday energy. I hope you all enjoyed this week's reading. Feel free to leave comments below. I love to read them, especially the astrological ones that say, oh, hey, the intuition matches the astrology this week. I am finding that absolutely fascinating. But I read all the comments. I love them. And I hope you all have a fantastic week. And I will see you next week.